2.1 trillion Kenya shillings. 2.1 trillion Kenya shillings. That is what the Nairobi Stock Exchange market is. That's a lot of money being traded in the stock market. And if you're not getting a piece of that, you're wasting your time. Anyway, Nairobi Stock Exchange has a market capitalization of 2.1 trillion shillings. That's a tough word to say. Capitalization. Yes, the Nairobi Stock Exchange market has a market cap of 2.1 trillion. I'm repeating 2.1 trillion so that you can hear that amount of money. Man, you have to take part in stock trading, buy shares, invest. You can't just sit on the sidelines and wait for this to pass. On Monday, which was on the 27th of July 2020, a day before this video is recorded, there were 16,530,000 shares traded in one single day. Welcome to Ken's Money Matters. This is Kenneth Joe. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you're not, thank you for coming back. Comment, like, and share. Anyway, I'm going to talk about how to buy shares in Kenya. This is a very, very important topic because most young people do not invest in the market, possibly because they do not understand how to go about it. And sometimes people are not motivated to look for this information. So you know what? Yours truly is going to give you this information for free, and you're gonna go out there, you're gonna invest your money and start trading stocks. Start making money. It's a very important topic basically because we talk about personal finance and investing, and I focus on Kenya, I focus on the UK, and I focus on people from the US. UK, when I say UK, I mean Europe and UK, because UK has left Europe. So sometimes I do videos that are specifically for the Kenyan audience, and most of my videos are basically for everyone globally. So this is very important for the Kenyan audience, and for those in the diaspora who would want to invest back at home, or even foreigners too would want to get a share of the 2.1 trillion market cap. So how do you invest in the stock market? Number one, you have to first of all do a proper candid research on which shares you want to buy, which companies do you want to invest in. So you can do this when you go to Nairobi Stock Exchange market website, look at the listed companies. I think right now there are over 60 listed companies. You can look at the companies individually, look at what we call the analysis, the fundamental analysis of the company, the technical analysis of the company, look at how the company operates. And I always advise people to invest in the things they understand and things they use every single day. So let's say for example you use Safaricom every single day to communicate. You send texts, you call, you use WhatsApp. This is something that is part and parcel of your life every single day, for example. So you would want to look at Safaricom, you would want to look at the model of their business, the health of the company, their performance, and this information is available when you go to their sites and look for this information. So you would want to do a research on the companies you would want to buy shares from. I would suggest that sometimes people decide to go for financial advisors who will do this for them because it could be a bit detailed and tasking. I don't know. Anyway, it could be a bit too detailed, yeah? So you need to get someone to advise you, or if you decide to do it, please be detailed about it. Look at all the fundamentals of the company before you make any move. Look at the health of the company. Number two, what is most important now, how do you begin the process? You look for a stockbroker, because you cannot buy these shares individually. You need someone to buy the shares, to facilitate the buying of shares. And you can use a stockbroker, you can use online brokers, you can use, sometimes people use financial experts or financial advisors. And this is a simple process. In Kenya, basically, the stockbrokers are more. I don't think there are so many online brokers yet. So I would advise that you use a stockbroker. These people will help guide you through the process of opening an account and starting the process of trading. Now, choosing a broker can sometimes be very challenging because, again, there are things you need to consider when you're choosing a broker. you need to consider what is the history of the broker. Are they genuine? Are they registered with the right authorities? Do they have the right documentation? Are there people who have used them? What are the reviews? What is their history? Basically, you look at how much they've invested, in all this process, in all the market, and who do they work with, So it is important to look at, again, which kind of broker you're choosing. And it's very important because some of these brokers can be a scam. So be very careful which broker you use when you start trading shares. Do your due diligence and make sure you have the right people. And then after you get your broker, the stockbroker will be buying the shares on your behalf. They will do everything on your behalf, basically, because you as an individual cannot go and buy the shares. So after you get a broker who is very reliable, very efficient, very straightforward, very honest, you go to the next step. You open a CDS account. Now, some brokers will help you open this CDS account, so I really don't think you have to worry about that. But again, if you want to open a CDS account on your own, you can do it through the banks. There are investment banks that are allowed to open a CDS account for you. You can open the CDS account directly from Central Bank of Kenya, and then you will have what we call the Central Depository System, whereby you buy. That's the account you use for trading stocks, basically. It means if you want to buy shares, the money moves from this Central Depository System into the account of whichever company you're buying, and that again is where the shares are deposited, basically. It's an account of trading. It's an account whereby things go out, in and out. Your money, the shares, when you sell the shares, that's where the money goes to. So yeah, that is basically the account you will be using to trade shares. So it is important to get a CDS account. I think they require some money. I'm not sure of the latest amount. Please check. It's something around 1,000 or 1,200 shillings. They also will require your ID, possibly. They will require your income statement. And for those in the diaspora, you must have a local bank account before you open a Central Depository System account. So you cannot open one directly without a local account. So for those in the diaspora, again, you can do all this online. You can open a CDS account online, but you must have a local bank account. So that's very important for people in the diaspora. For those in Kenya, most likely you will have an account in Kenya. So that's an easier process for you. Plus, I said the stockbroker can actually help you open this CDS account. So when you open the CDS account, you have everything ready. How much money will you need to start trading stocks? You may need you have to buy a minimum of 100 stocks. I don't know why my tongue is so heavy today. What did I eat yesterday? Maybe a lot of meat. I don't know. Anyway, forgive me for the weird tongue. Maybe it's tea I'm drinking. This is tea. I don't know what's happening, but let's continue. So you need, what did we say actually? We said you need a CDS account. We finished with that. We talked about diaspora. Now when you're done having the CDS account, you're asking yourself, how much do I invest in the stock market? And we say start with as little as possible. I think the minimum you need to buy, I know the minimum you need to buy is 100 shares. So it will depend on the company. So I would say have around 5,000 Kenya shillings to begin the process of buying shares. It would give you a more stable foundation, because again, there are expenses to do with the trading. Every time you put in a trade, you may buy shares and sell them. It depends on how you want to trade. Again, that's an important point, that people will want to trade every single day. They buy shares, they sell them, they buy and sell. That's day trading. There are people who want to hold for a few days. They buy it, hold it for a week, and they sell it. That's swing trading. And then there are people that are my favorites, who are investors. They hold positions for long. That's position holding. That can go to months, years, or whatever. That's an investor. So decide where you want to be. So that again will determine the fees that you will have to apply on your account. But I'm saying have at least 5,000 so that you are able to buy at least 100 shares as required by the NSE. So that is done. You have your account, you have your broker, you have your CDS account, you have the amount of money you require to buy 100 shares minimum. What do you do next? You now go and choose the stocks you want to buy. Now, remember you did the research already, you know which companies you want to buy. So this is the time now to put that into action. Go and choose what are the shares you really want to purchase. And then when you purchase those shares, and you have them basically because you will have an account, so you will see, okay, I have purchased 10 shares of Safaricom at this amount, and this is the current price of the shares, and you will see the movement of the market. You can study the market, see if the shares have gone up. You want to sell, you want to add more shares. Of course, you want to hold for a long time. You want to add more money. That is all up to you. That is at your discretion. So basically, make sure you have everything in order. And the word of caution is to ensure that you know what you're doing. So you understand, you do research with the broker, with the account, with the amount of money required, with the documents required to open the account, and with the company you want to buy shares with. So I think that's the process. Very simple process, very, very straightforward. Please start buying shares so that you can participate in the huge market that we have. Those who would want to know which companies I suggested recently can check one of the videos that I will link in the description, and then you can see which are some of the companies I propose you look into. Of course, you are free to look at other companies. Thank you. Until next time.